What's going on YouTube? Back again with another video. This is a drawn video of the new design of Leonardo from Tmnt 2014, a movie. Um, yeah, this is gonna be like a reaction to the little trailer, the movie trailer that we finally got. And on commentary with me is my cousin again, the anime kid. Say what's up, cuz.
What's up, YouTube?
So, let me get you out the way. What was your reaction to the trailer when you seen it?
It's different from what I'm used to seeing from like the original Ninja Turtles. Like the designs, I guess, is different, innovative. There was probably like a few things that like I would have did differently personally in the design, but it looks like it could, like the movie could be different, like it could be good or better.
I mean, alright. There's pros and cons to it. Okay, it has Michael Bay written all over it. Even though he didn't direct it, you can tell some Michael Bay influence in the direction of the movie. Even though he's just a producer, so-called producer, which I really think he directed it behind the scenes. It has a plot of Transformers. All you had to do was take out not Donatello, Leonardo and Mikey out the picture and just pop in Bumblebee, Optimus Prime. And it was a Transformers plot. Alright, the dude that's supposedly playing the Shredder, he's not Asian. Okay. It's the same thing we went through with Iron Man 3 with the Mandarin. I can deal with that because the way he did his monologue of the trailer, he showed me he can be a Shredder. That's if he's actually the man behind the suit. We can have some more Mandarin action popping off in this one. It's definitely going to be some great action scenes. Michael Bay is known for his action scenes, his explosions, and shit. Okay, Megan Fox, still not convinced to be. She still doesn't convince me to be a great April O'Neil. But that's just a trailer. We have to wait until we see the movie. I just know I'm not a fan of Megan Fox. I just don't think she belongs in a comic book type of movie. Transformers, she was okay, but to me, I think she's banging Michael Bay. I could be wrong. Because you see how he took her out of Transformer 3 and brought in a new chick. And then,
the one he actually was banging at the time. He was actually dating that girl at the time.
And so he said he would never work with Megan Fox again, and they was having some problems. I believe he was banging her. That's what happened. That's what I think. That's just my point. Now let's get down to the fucking turtles. Okay, I understand you want to be CGI. I can live with that. Nobody want to see in 2014 puppet suits of the turtles. We went through that with the first three movies. We had a cartoon version of the movie. We had a CGI version of the movie. Now we have a live action and CGI with the movie. Yeah, Leonardo. That's what I'm drawing today, Leonardo. I will be drawing the other three once I get better pictures. We can see better screenshots of the other turtles. I can't just go off the poster. Leonardo, he has that little chest plate. He has the little strap over his shoulder. He has his katanas in his hands. I've never seen him when he had them in his in the holsters and shit. His shell. I have a problem with his shell. What the fuck is up with his shell? Is it me or does his shell comes over his head?
I gotta look at his art again. Kind of. It doesn't look like. Their shells do look like bigger though. Like it looks like they can actually like retreat into them or whatever, like actual turtles or something.
To me, it look like his shell. It look like he has the weirdest shell of them all, and it's like his shell is like almost to the back of his head, and like when he bend over, it's like towering over him, and then like. And alright, I understand. They're Bay Turtles. Like Black Nerd Comedy say, they Bay Turtles. We can't call them Eastman and Layer Turtles anymore. They're not ninja-like in this movie to me. That's the whole plan, that they were like American ninjas taught by a Japanese taught rat that would learn jujitsu. And I understand in each dimension there's a different set of turtles. I can deal with that because I dealt with it in the cartoon. But the origin story always has something to do with the ooze, no matter where it came from. Okay, the original story came from Dimension X from Krang. Okay, we got that. Um, 2000 Turtles, or the movie TGRI, was created by the professor, which I really thought they tried to, with the professor in the first movie. I don't know why they just didn't call him Baxter Stockman, because he was basically Baxter Stockman. And some like the second movie, Secret of the Ooze. Well, no, the first movie they didn't learn out about the ooze. It was the second movie. I'm getting mixed up. The first movie, they battled the Shredder. Yada yada yada. Second movie, they found out about their origin. Okay, 2000 Turtles. The origin is almost the same. They found out about it, but this time it comes from the Utron land. That's what I was trying to explain to you last time. It wasn't they like Kranglite, but they call them Utrons. So they found out that's how they became who they are today. Did it TMNT Nickelodeon version of the Turtles? You come to find out that their mutation came, the ooze that transformed them into the Turtles and Maruyoshi into Splinter was from these big crane worms. I don't know the exact the exact pronunciation for the original word for the worms, but we just call them crane worms from Dimension X. Come to find out, they milk these worms. They're basically like cows. They milk them, get the ooze or the mutagen, whatever you want to call it, and that's how it all happened. This one, the dude that's supposedly playing Shredder, I can't remember the actor name, and Megan Fox's father has something to do with the ooze, the mutagen. That's what I'm getting from it. I believe this is going to be a dark story. It's not going. These turtles can have the right to scare kids instead of introducing them. They're not going to be used to see. All right, you got the kids used to the Nickelodeon version, the 2000 version, the 80s version, the 90s movies, the CGI film, and now you have these turtles. My nephew couldn't watch the trailer. That's what I'm saying. These turtles is going to scare kids. They're going to give kids nightmares. And let's get back to the turtles. Why did they turn one of my favorite turtles, Michelangelo, or you want to call him Mikey? They made him look like Shrek without the ears. Did you notice that?
Yeah. Like, one of the biggest things I noticed, though, with all the turtles and the new designs is that they have nostrils. Like, for what, though? Like, to me, that throws off the whole design because, like, the turtles never had nostrils in any other design before. And it's almost like you kind of think that's what kind of scares the people with their faces. Because I think they was trying to, like, humanize them a little too much, and that's what backfired on it.
Yeah. Okay, Leonardo's nose doesn't look that weird, or it could look weird. I see he didn't really say anything. You get what I'm saying? It's, the thing to me is the noses and the lips. Why did you give the turtles lips? Do you know turtles have beaks, or somewhat like type of beak like shaped face? Alright, I can understand nostrils because some turtles do have nostrils, but not big nostrils, not human like nostrils. They made Michelangelo look like Shrek, and I have a problem with it. I have a big problem with it. Why did you make? Alright, I understand you trying to. It's another dimensional type of turtle. Another turtle we haven't seen before. You gave them fucking nostrils. Why? Alright, and then not only that, alright, it looked like it was Leo and Donatello or Raph sliding down the snow slope or whatever they were sliding down. He swings Raph. I think that was Raph. He sticks his side in the snow. He pops up and take out a army issue Humvee.
Oh yeah, that's what another thing. Like they made him too strong from what I seen in the commercials.
With his shell, you might as well just go with the original title that he was gonna go with, Ninja Turtles, because they're not teenagers. What teenagers you know that big and that strong? These are Hulk turtles. These turtles were exposed to some gamma radiation. I'm sorry. Some type of gamma radiation, or they had the Hulk Hogan method. They said their prayers and took their vitamins.
For real,
These are turtles on roids, yo. They big. When they jump down, they make thudding noises. How can you make thudding noises when you supposed to be a ninja?
For real. That kind of threw me off too. And then when Leonardo, they showed in the commercial when Leonardo jumped on the building ledge, like he daggone cracked the building, the concrete with his stomp or whatever. Like to me, that throws it all off. That defeats the whole purpose of him being a ninja.
And that's what me and one of my followers was talking about on Instagram. He was like, they're not ninja-like anymore. They're not ninja-like anymore. They're not at all. And
I mean, they always did still keep that sense of stealth in every movie and adaptation I've seen. They always at least tried to keep that sense of stealth, like nobody, like the general public doesn't know about them. In this one, it's like they're doing everything possible in the commercial for everybody to be seen. They're in the subway, the ninjas beat up a daggone gang of terrorists or whatever.
They're not even terrorists, they foot ninjas.
Yeah, what are the foot ninjas doing with guns? Last time I checked, the foot ninjas never used guns.
They used laser guns in the 80s version.
Well, yeah, they did, but it was like...
But
they still look like ninjas, though. They didn't look like... They didn't have, like, just machine guns just blasting and just attacking the subway for no reason.
You know, this movie is a Credible Hulk meets G.I. Joe meets the Avengers. That's what it looks like it's going to be to me. It meets Transformers. And it's like after the credit rolls, this thing, it's like, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Optimus Prime pop up at the end of the after the credits roll, or the Incredible Hulk. Them standing off at the Incredible Hulk and shit.
For real.
This is Michael Baby talking about. Like Black Nerd Comedy said, they Bay Turtles. They're not Eastman and Leia Turtles anymore. He took them, he raped them. That's what they did. That's what basically they did. Even though I actually didn't. Go ahead.
I actually didn't mind the designs. It was, to me though, now that I see them like in action, the CGI with the finished product, is like they made them entirely too bulky. Like the original character model, if you remember, before they actually showed the commercial, the original model had them a whole lot slimmer. They had like the same kind of look though a little bit, but they was at least a little bit slimmer, and I thought they could, throw that ninja like mystique in there. But in this one, it's kind of like, it's like you said, it's like, okay, like from the beginning of the commercial, if they didn't put the turtles in there, you could insert the Power Ranger. I mean, yeah, you could insert the Power Rangers, Terminator, RoboCop, Transformers. Like any movie with explosions could have been thrown in that from looking at the beginning. Like to me, there's nothing that set the turtles apart in that commercial besides the fact that we finally see the turtle.
Exactly, man. Like, don't mind me. I just killed the stink bug, and that shit stank. That shit flew down on my shoulder. That shit was crazy. But I don't. Alright, I'm gonna give it. I went into the trailer with an open mind. Like you said, it looks like it's gonna be great. I think it's gonna be a good movie. It's gonna be a good movie. It's just a simple fact that the turtle designs, I can deal with all the new designs, but the shells are huge. They look human-like. and they real fucking bulky. They too bulky. And it's like, you made them so bulky, it's like, what can a shredder do, or the foot ninja can do to take them out, or at least take them down? You get what I'm saying? For the time being. All the Turtles adaptation, the Turtles got beat up, but they got back up and wrecked house. It's like these Turtles are indestructible if you look at them.
For real, like that's what I noticed too. Leonardo's like 7'5".
For Raph to take out a Army issue Humvee, which is a Hummer with armor with a tank on top, with like a tank cannon on top, and one shot would just be swung from a bow staff, and just take it out with a shell.
Exactly. They already done made the new turtle stronger than Super Shredder from the second movie.
Oh, you talking about Kevin Nash?
Yep.
Or Quado. That's what I call him. My thing is, like you said, when he fell down, when he jumped down to the water tower, he could have took that water tower down because he dumped, like, it was a big thud. And then when he jumped down on the edge, another thump, Megan Fox, or April O'Neil, whatever you want to call her, looking at Leonardo, and then here come Mikey right behind her. And then when he starts talking, his lips are too human, like I said, all of them got human lips now. And his nose flare out. Like, why? And when he took the mask off, all you needed was giving him the pointy ears, and he was Shrek. With his shell.
And then I was thinking too, though, with Michelangelo, like to me, they didn't match his personality right in that commercial, in that trailer, because, hey, I mean, like usually Michelangelo was more of like the jokester, like, he usually would have threw a prank in there, or a bad joke in there, something like that. That's what I was expecting out of Michelangelo.
He gonna say, whoa, it's just the mask. He gonna take the mask off. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna just do a joke or something. Like, Mikey, like Michelangelo always does something or whatever. Now from watching that trailer, I already realized, don't go in expecting the turtles you grew up with. That's basically what I'm getting.
See, I knew it wasn't gonna be the turtles that we grew up with. I was cool with the design after I kept looking at them. Then I looked at the toy designs, and I'm like, oh, okay, I see what they did. They took the caveman turtles. Remember the caveman turtles, right? They took the caveman turtles, Next Mutation toys, put them together, and you got the turtles we got today with extra stuff. Okay, I was cool with that. But when you see them in CGI, motion capturing, it was a great move for them to do that. CGI work. But everybody's problem is, that I know of, some people are bitching over the origin story. They need to get over the origin story. The origin story always changes.
Yeah.
The TMNT cartoon, Turtles Forever cartoon, showed you that there's different origins in the Turtles. And that's what they mostly bitching over. But most of the people I know, the core fan, the real core fans, are bitching over, like I said, the storyline and the way the lips look and the noses. It's the noses, man. I'm not gonna get used to them noses. I'm never gonna get used to them noses.
That's true, shoot. Yeah, like I said, the noses was a big thing. Like, but you know what I think is kind of funny though? Like, that'll probably make everybody feel better about going into this movie, where they should watch first from the Ninja Turtles. They should watch the old '90s stage play that they had, the musical.
I've never seen it.
It's called Ninja Turtles Coming Out of Their Shells, and it was it was trippy. It's like just imagine. All right, remember when Spider-Man got his own musical?
Yeah.
Just imagine the same thing for the Turtles. But they did it first in the 90s, like early 1990.
My thing is, you still got going to the movie with an open mind. I want to see how Splinter gonna look now.
They might have him look like a daggone diseased rabid rat.
if the turtles look like that, let's see what Splinter gonna look like.
Splinter gonna scare the hell out of some kids.
I seen the Shredder look. The Shredder look looks cool. It look like they took the 2000 version of the Turtles. They took the design from that Shredder and a little bit of the Shredder from the new cartoon, the CGI cartoon. But I want to see what Splinter gonna look like. I want to see if we're gonna get a appearance from Bebop and Rocksteady. Cause nobody's saying nothing about that. I heard we gonna get the Shellraiser and the little Jeep, the van and shit. I heard we supposed to get like an adaptation of that in there. Let's see if we gonna get Bebop and Rocksteady. Let's see what they gonna look like. What's the TMNT movie? All right, we didn't have him in the first movie. We had Tokar and Razor in the second movie, which we really didn't know about like that. The third movie, they went back in time to ancient Japan, which is understandable. They did an adaptation of that in a cartoon that I was just watching season 5. I think it was season 5 with the Ninja Tribunal when they went back to Japan. They learned their ancient powers when they turned into turtle dragons. I was fine with that because that was cool. It was a cool adaptation. The whole 2000 cartoon was dark up until Fast Forward. I didn't really care for Fast Forward, even though it was a futuristic version of the Turtles. Then it went back to the sewer. Back to the sewer went back to the dark side. Like you actually seen people get killed. Like you want to see them get killed, but you know they got killed in the cartoon. And like I just can't. I can't get past the noses. And then when Mikey started talking and the way his lips, like, they made him human. Alright, I understand it's supposed to be mutant. But it's mutant Ninja it's turtle. They never came in a contact form with a human. Well, yeah, they did when they supposedly got dropped down the sewer hole. Fishbowl broke, they dropped down the sewer hole into the mutagen or whatever. But it's not. Don't take that and give it human lips, like, or noses that flare out every time they talk. And I think somebody said Donatello has boots on.
Yes.
Why does he have boots on?
I don't know. I guess to make him more high tech or something. I noticed that, like on his shell, he has like a power pack or something, or some antennas or something sticking out of it. I don't know what all that's about. To me, that was stupid.
And then he got like the bifocals on, like not the bifocals, but like the X-ray vision glasses on top of his head, chilling and shit. Raph got the little red bandana on with the eyes poked out, and he got some sunglasses on top of something. And they made Mikey a hipster. He got puka shells around his neck. Alright, I can stand puka shells because they're a Hawaiian thing. Alright, they worship turtles over there in Hawaii, which is understandable because they live longer than people. But that's another oldest dinosaur that's been living around. But I'm just saying, they made him like a hipster. I think he had a shirt tied around his hip too, around his shell too.
The big problem with the Michael Bay design is that they tried to diversify the turtles more. Now they just completely missed the target on them. Like, everybody knows, you can tell the difference between the turtles by the color of their sashes and their headbands and their weapons that they use. But now it's like with Michael Bay, is like he's trying to add all this extra stuff to the designs or whatever, to the point now where it doesn't even feel like those are the turtles anymore. It feels like he adding his own stuff to the turtles just because he wants to be different. But to me, like, he did too much. In that case, less would have been a whole lot more, where he could have just had them. And yeah, maybe like Donatello had some high tech every once in a while. Yeah, Raphael would look a little bit rougher than the other turtles, and Donatello would keep something. High tech in his pocket or his sash or something. And of course, Leonardo would be more, he'll have something to distinguish him as leader better. But the fact is that they all still remain, they look like they could be ninjas. In this, it looks more like they're warriors and not ninjas.
Exactly. They look like they went through a whole gym. Like I said, they are steroid taking turtles. They are Incredible Hulk turtles.
Yep.
They became infected with. It's more than mutagen. They came in contact with some gamma radiation. Like I can see, like I said, I told the guy on my Instagram. I'm like, yo, I wouldn't be surprised if the credits roll and Disney and Michael Bay got in bed together and Incredible Hulk pop up at the end of the fucking movie. I wouldn't be surprised because it's in New York.
Probably, but
it's in New York. If we don't get to see Incredible Hulk, I'm pretty sure one day Michael Bay is gonna cross over the Turtles and Transformers. It's there. I would think it would be a dope movie. Don't get me wrong. I would think that would be the first time we see a crossover movie with two.
The only problem is that the Turtles is a Nickelodeon film, and Marvel is they got Disney. So there'll be a hard time doing that, coming up with a deal like that.
But yeah, but then again, Transformers, Michael Bay basically owns the rights to them for right now because he has movie after movie. He's about to have 4 successful Transformers movies. Why wouldn't they take that deal and make them some extra money?
You know what though? I believe Michael Bay should jump on though. They should do a reimagining of the original Power Rangers. That's that should be right up Michael Bay's alley because that's nothing but explosions right there. Like every time at the Power Rangers, they explode, some sparks shooting out their bodies or whatever. Then the Metaphor battles and everything. I think that if they do a reimagining of the Power Rangers, then in Michael Bay's film, I think that would do something good. That'd be something different.
But the thing about it though, Saban just got the not Ninja Turtles, fucking Power Rangers. He just got Power Rangers property back from Disney. He just got them back from Disney. Disney had him since what, SPD or something like that.
Yeah.
And he just got him back. I'm pretty sure he's not gonna give him up. He's not gonna give it up to somebody like Michael Bay. Then again, he might. Who knows? He might have some input in it. They said Kevin Eastman had some input on this movie. I want to know where was his input, or did he have? He probably must have had very little input because they're Michael Bay turtles.
They lie. They lie with stuff like that because if you remember the Dragon Ball Evolution movie, they said that Akira Toriyama had input and creative insight on that film, and there was nothing Akira Toriyama about that movie.
The thing about it though is that they need to switch the fucking title of the movie to Teenage Mutant Ninja Michael Bay Turtles. They're not ninjas anymore. They almost look like alien-like. And that's what the whole internet went wild when they first heard he was gonna make the alien. He was gonna make the turtles look like they came from outer space, and these motherfuckers look like they came from outer space. And I think he successfully just mind fucked the shit out of all of us. He changed the title, changed the script. They still look like aliens. That's what I thought. Like after a while, when I kept looking at, I kept replaying the trailer, kept replaying it over. Okay, it's gonna be action packed. We know that. It's gonna be explosions. Yeah, we see that. But the turtles look like aliens.
Yeah, who are they gonna fight now? That's the question. Because they already established that, they're super strength, and they can already kick the average man's ass. So, who are they gonna fight besides the Shredder? If they don't have Bebop and Rocksteady or Leatherhead or something.
And the thing about it though, Leatherhead and the 2000 Turtles became their ally. He became ally. Him and the Fusion Toy. Him and Dr. Honeycutt. And in the comic book, when Leatherhead found out when the Shredder lied to him, he became the turtle, like someone ally when they went to another dimension where it was intergalactic wrestling shit. But it was in the Archie comics. That's when Archie had the Eastman Layer rights. Well, Eastman Layer still had the title, but
I was getting ready to say, because
You
The
knew it was an
cartoon,
Archie story.
They had the gladiator battle. They had like a short little storyline for that in the original cartoon run.
Yeah, you had Ace Duck. You had Crying Hell and the Archie comic. Like I showed you the comic I just got in the mail. I just got in the mail like last week. The TMNT, what is it called? The TMNT Collection Series Volume 1. It tells you each story. It tells you the story, the backstory of Manta Ray, or they call him Ray Follett now. They give you the backstory of Leatherhead. They give you the story of when they met Mary Bones, and then they went to the intergalactic battle, the wrestling matches and shit. And when they met Cowley, the floating cowhead, and I was cool with that. Is each dimension has different turtles, but these turtles literally, figuratively look like they came from outer space. Michael Bay has once again said, "Fuck you, nerds. Fuck you, fans." I just motherfucked the fuck out of y'all. And no, I'm the first person that like, now that you kept mentioning it, now that I realize it, like, he really just changed the title. It's not, and he went with his original plans. He made them look like aliens. If you had a mutant alien come from outer space, they would look like them.
It's just that, yeah, like I said, like, I don't know if what he tried, like, thing was, like, when he did Transformers, it was cool to modernize them because that was a genre where you could modernize them, like you know, like you can turn, instead of Bumblebee being a Beetlebug, they turn him into a Camaro, and they changed the look and designs of the other Transformers. They couldn't do that with the Ninja Turtles because that's what it is. A ninja, you have a set mind of what a ninja is, and you can't modernize that. There's really no way you can modernize a ninja besides what it is, because a ninja is an ancient thing.
And the thing about it, though, with the turtles, back to Transformers. Yeah, like you said, you can modernize them because that's not too far from what we into now. Like, it's no telling. We could have some type of transforming ass car right now. You get what I'm saying? You won't never know. That could be another thing that the government could be working on. You will never know. They got stealth jets. Come on. That's Starscream. Starscream was a stealth jet. You didn't know it was him until he transformed. Well, my thing is, the subway fight. Or you said it looked weird. Megan Fox is a reporter. I can understand that was like a little homage to the first one, where April O'Neil went in the subway after the police report when Raph went to go back and get his side. But you got a bunch of people in the subway. You see foot ninjas, or supposedly foot ninjas, flying everywhere. And you see her just snapping pictures with her phone. Then you switch to seeing Will Arnett and her somewhere. I guess they was watching them fight again. And then you see her and Shredder, or supposedly Shredder, talking. You see him walking, looking at the suit. And then you split to seeing a tower fall down into another top of a building. Then you see Leonardo flip in the air, jump on the water tower, the big ass thud. And then you see, it cuts to you see Mike, you see Donnie. You don't even see the full version of Donnie. You see him just kicking Foot Ninja ass. You see all three. You see Raph, I think Leonardo, and Donatello sliding down the slopes on these shelves. Swung Raph, and he takes out a Humvee. And then it's like, it was a teaser. Don't get me wrong. It might look, the movie's gonna be great. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be great. Even though Michael Bay fucks up comic book storylines type shit, it's still gonna be good because he put his own twist to it. And even though there's people, everybody's saying that he's not directing it, but he has some input in it.
You can't. That's another thing I talk about too. when people talk about Michael Bay as director, and when it comes to movies, like they act like he's the worst thing to happen to comic book or movie adaptations from comic books or video games, I sit there and say, obviously people forgot about Uwe or whatever in his movie directing. Like, what did he direct? He directed the House of the Dead movie. Does anybody remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
It was horrible. Had nothing to do with the game. He directed the Blood Rain series, where they could never keep the same actress to play, the main character. Like, to me, now, Uwe Boll, if he took over the Ninja Turtles, now that would be somebody who would, like, just completely ruin the franchise, though, to me.
See, I don't think Michael, like, he didn't, like, he'll take a franchise. Like Transformers, a lot of people accept that, like, the only thing that upset me with him is that he never keeps his word. First movie he ever said, we will never see the Dinobots. And now all of a sudden in the fourth movie, we get the Dinobots.
Mm-hmm.
After 3 movies. The Dinobots should have been in the second movie.
Yeah, he should have been. Because the Dinobots should have been fighting Devastator, to tell you the truth.
And Megatron. Like, you killed Megatron.
Yep. But then after a while, you think they killed off so many in those last 3 movies, they have no choice but to get the Dinobots. They have no choice but to add the sweeps in there now, because they done ran out of ideas on who to use now. They done killed off almost all the Autobots and Decepticons.
You took out Jazz in the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you take out Jazz? Jazz is an important role. He's like second in command.
It never died in the comic book. I mean, in the
TV series or the comic book.
Yep.
You had, okay. Let's see the starting lineup for them. Listen, this all ties into TMNT in a way. You got Optimus Prime, Bumblebee. You got Jazz. You had Ironhide. You had Ratchet. Who else did they have? That was it, right?
Hopper.
No, I'm talking about the first movie.
The first movie. The first movie was just that. It was Ratchet,
Ironhide, Bumblebee, Optimus Prime, right?
Yeah, it was only like 5 or 6 of them in this one.
And you had Jazz. First of all, how you have Jazz and not have what's the god name? I can't think of his fucking name right now. Not Drift. Wheeljack. How you have Jazz and not have Wheeljack in the first movie?
They didn't have Wheeljack in either movies, as a matter of fact.
And I want to see how you bring in the Dinobots without having Wheeljack in this movie.
Yeah, because he created them. I don't know what they're going to do. They're not going to have them like they was ancient Autobots or something. I don't know.
For some reason, I keep telling people, when I keep watching trailers, I just pick little shits out. Alright, you got Grimlock and a little forest type Jurassic Park thing. Mm-hmm. That is telling me, like you just said, they're going to try to make it seem like there's something ancient. They was there all along, but they were just in hiding.
Mm-hmm.
It's somehow that's going to transform into a Beast War movie.
Mm-hmm.
I see it. It might not happen, but I can see it happening. Because Grimlock in the Transformers comic book, the Beast War comic book, is a part of the Maximals now.
Mm-hmm.
He's not even a T-Rex in the comic book. He's actually with not Dinobot. Yeah, it was Dinobot in the Beast Wars cartoon. He was actually a raptor. He's a raptor now.
Mm-hmm.
I can see them bringing in, transforming Optimus Prime into a gorilla. That could be easy because he has a new look now again.
Mm-hmm.
Bumblebee into Cheetor. Well, Ironhide is dead. They killed off Ironhide in the third movie, which was retarded. Because Ironhide is basically Rhinox.
Yep. Rhinox was a mix between Ironhide and Ratchet, if you ask me, though.
And Bulkhead.
Yeah. Shoot.
You got Razor Beast, which comes in later in the Beast Wars. You got Apache. You got Longrak. You got Leo Convoy, which will become the new Prime, basically. But I don't know, man. And then with the turtles, okay, very first movie we got with the Jim Henson puppets. We didn't expect to see Bebop and Rocksteady. They didn't even think the first movie was going to do that great. You can tell they didn't think it was going to do that great, and it did.
Mm-hmm.
And it did fucking amazing. The second movie, we could have seen a Bebop and Rocksteady, but no, they gave us fucking Tokar and Razor.
Mm-hmm.
And then the third movie, they went back in time.
Yeah, that was stupid. Third movie, everybody got on third movie. That was like their worst thing ever. Shoot.
And because they didn't even have the Jim Henson puppets, they cut the budget in half on. They gave them fucking pimples, not pimples like the little spots and shit, leopard spots and shit. And then, all right, 2000 cartoons, great. I loved them. The Turtles Forever movie, I loved it. Then we had the CGI movie before then. Leo goes on a quest. Well, in the cartoon, Leo go on a quest to go visit the Ancient One after they battle with the Shredder and shit. But in the CGI movie, he's in the fucking jungle in Africa or whatever,
Like
Mexico, South America and shit. And then we don't even get the Shredder in the CGI movie. We get some ancient dude like Hercules or some type dude like that. And you gotta go capture monsters and shit. That movie is retarded.
Yeah, to me, they didn't like the movie was more of exposition than it was of anything to do with the turtles. It was just more about like they didn't do not that much fighting. They didn't do that much, battling the bad guys until the end.
It was basically a Leo versus Raph movie.
Yeah.
Alright, let's get on Raph. And people got on me because I did the Nickelodeon version of Raph. And I called him Ralph almost. Like I spelled it RALPH. RALPH. If they read the original comics, they always called him Ralphie before they start calling him Raph in later comics.
Mm-hmm.
And when you say his name, it don't even sound like you say Raph.
Mm-hmm.
And then people got on me because of that. I'm like, yo, if you read the old comics, you would fucking know. You would have known that. And saying calling him Raph don't even sound right. It sounds stupid, to be honest. You better off just calling him Raphael.
Exactly.
Alright, I can understand you give him little nicknames and shit. Leo, okay, that's cool. Donnie, short for Donatello. Mikey, short for Michelangelo. Then you got Raph. How you get Raph out of Raphael? It's when you say Raphael, it sounds like you saying Ralph.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about it though, I want to see how, like you said, the personality for Michelangelo didn't seem right. Let's see how it is in the movie. I want to see how the personality for Raph is, because Raph is the asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Raph is the asshole of the bunch. He's the hothead one. And then like Leo, we didn't even hear Leo talk in the trailer. It like, don't tell me Leo gonna have one-liners and not even see much in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I hope they don't do that. I just hope
they don't do a
that.
bump. They don't do a Bumblebee. That's what you're hoping. Where like they just completely take away. Like remember in the original Transformers, Bumblebee talked all the time. In the movie, he couldn't even speak. He had to go through the radio. As long as they don't do that to like the Leonardo personality, that should be good.
And Donnie, we already can see that he's gonna have a nerd voice. He's gonna be very nerdy and technical, which is fine because it's always been Donatello. Even in the original cartoon with the Goofy, it was.
But he was
Goofy.
never overly nerdy though. You know what I'm saying? Like he could still like hold his own. Like they like a lot of adaptations I see, they have him just doing overly nerd stuff. Or whatever. They take away his fighting.
He does overly nerd stuff, like in the new update adaptation of the Turtles on Nickelodeon. He's very nerdy. He's too nerdy. 2000 Turtles. He was nerdy, but he still held his own. He did his thing with the bow staff. He had a little short storyline when he got infected by a mutated human half bug, and he turned into a crazy ass turtle. He was bigger than Leatherhead in the cartoon. And then when they got their mystic powers from the Ninja Tribunal, he was kicking ass. Donnie did his thing with the bow staff. And even though he was nerdy, he still fucking kicked ass. Raph, he was still the smart ass of the group. When he said, let's kick some shell or shell, we already know he's saying the hell. We know what he meant by that. Raph always been that way. He was always the asshole. He's always the one that just wanted, like they said in the 2000 cartoon, Raph was always one to throw the first punch. You need a Raphael in your group. And then Mikey, he's the jokester. And Michelangelo always said, Michelangelo said Cowabunga in the 80s cartoon, the movies. 2000, he really didn't have a catchphrase, which was cool. I can live with that. But now in the new adaptation is Booyashaka. What the fuck is that, yo?
They're trying to modernize it again, I guess. I don't know. That's not gonna stick, but hey. Like I said, I would like to see, like, since it is a Michael Bay film, like, one, how much you want to bet by the end of that movie, Shredder is gonna inject himself with mutagen or some stuff like that and become, like, not necessarily Super Shredder, but like this overly powerful Shredder.
I can see that happening. And, like, are we gonna get a Casey Jones?
I don't want to see Casey Jones. To tell you the truth.
I really didn't care for Casey Jones, but him and April love story, like him and April, that just like you can't have a Ninja Turtles adaptation without him and April.
Yeah, that's true. But then they had but then like I said, I'd like to see them go into that next mutation though. I mean, that would be the perfect opportunity to do this, and they already made them. But at the same time, they already made them able to flip over a Humvee, an armored vehicle. So, like, what do they need the next mutation for? Like, it was.
Man.
I'm just saying, it was like almost like their next mutation was like it was almost like it was the Turtles version of going Super Saiyan. Like people like I remember especially when I used to watch the intergalactic gladiator fights on the TV show from the original cartoon. Yeah. I used to couldn't wait for them to transform into their next mutation and kick some ass. Like, that's exactly what I was expecting from them.
And that's exactly what they look like. They look like like I said, they pump steroids, and the worst thing they could do is give them tails. Let's hope they don't have tails.
No, God, no. But what? Like,
let's just hope they don't wind up with tails. This is Michael Bay talking about. He gave them human noses. He gave them human lips. And again, alright, we know turtles actually have tails, but we went through every adaptation without a turtle having a tail.
Including the cartoons and the comic books.
The only turtle that had a tail was Tokar.
Yeah, but that was an original movie creation anyway, so they could get away with that.
And then I don't know, man. And then when I keep thinking about it, Jack Kirby, the comic book artist, he created a fifth turtle called Kirby, which was a dope looking turtle, but they never caught on. And then when we got the next mutation, we got Venus de Malo.
You cannot stand Venus de Malo, can you?
Nobody can stand Venus de Malo. And everybody that I know talk about her is the name that we will not never speak of. I don't blame them.
You know what that kind of remind me of? But I ain't gonna lie, they had one of the best toy lines for that generation. Remember when the Turtles, they used to come with their little, I don't know what it was like that little magic cape in the back of their heads or whatever? Yeah. Like, I actually like that toy line. And I used to get those all the time. I couldn't wait for those things to go on sale in the toy store because I used to get, like, all of them. Because, like, I don't know, when I was younger, I was always a Donatello fan. Then I somehow converted to Leonardo somewhere in between all that. Or whatever, but, like, it's crazy, though. Like, I used to love me some turtles.
But the way it look like they gonna focus mostly. I hope they just don't focus on Leonardo and Michelangelo. I hope they focus on all four of them.
Mm-hmm.
I still want to see what Splinter gonna look like.
Mm-hmm. I'll tell you, he's gonna scare the crap out of some kids.
Cause these motherfuckers scared the shit out of my nephew.
Man.
He's 6.
I remember, I remember if I kind of was a little bit afraid of Splinter in the first movie they had, I know that, especially the way the turtles look, Splinter's gonna be terrifying to some other kids.
See, he was actually cool in the first 2 movies. Well, first 3 movies. I didn't mind his design. Next Mutation, I didn't care for his design.
Mm-hmm.
80s cartoon turtle, it was cool design.
Yeah.
2000 Turtles, it was cool design. I don't like the new design for Nickelodeon.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't look like a rat. He looked more like what you call it?
Mm-hmm.
He looked more like a weasel.
Yeah.
He like a weasel mixed with a raccoon. He doesn't look like a Splinter.
Mm-hmm.
Shredder, it made Shredder look retarded.
Yeah.
Kara, she has half blonde hair and half black hair. She.
Mm-hmm. And doesn't her and Leonardo have like some love thing going on too, or whatever?
Well, in the new adaptation, Hamato Yoshi, like I told you, Hamato Yoshi is supposed to be her father.
Mm-hmm.
Each origin story of Hamato Yoshi has something to do with the girl, with his wife. Each story, 2000 Turtle, it was him and his friend joined the came up with the ancient one and where to go join the Ultron as the guardian, and his friend grew jealous and he wound up killing the girl. The 2000 movie, what they never mentioned, Shredder killed the girl in that one, but his friend wasn't the Shredder in the 2000 cartoon. So, the original storyline, Shredder killed the girl. This one, I guess he did the new adaptation. He killed the girl, or he set the house on fire, and he took the baby, and Hamato Yoshi never knew that he took the baby, which was Kara, or whatever her original name was. But I know in the comic books, Leonardo joined the Foot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember, like, what was that, like a quick little story arc or something? I forget what made him join the Foot, though.
He joined the Foot for Kara.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's what, like, when you said, like, they got some type of love story going on. I don't know. I never remember Kara from the original stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Kara just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Are we going to get a Usagi Yojimbo?
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to get him in a movie? There's so many people they can put in this movie that we will never think we're going to see. If they do put Bebop and Rocksteady in there, I want to see how they going to look. I wonder how they going to look.
Mm-hmm. I still want to see him put a Krang in there. Just once for a movie. And
that's what they were saying on Screen Junkies with Black Nerd Comedy. He was saying that who knows, at the credit rolls you might see a Krang come into play.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows, man?
So many opportunities, so many things they could do. And speaking of which, I ain't gonna lie, I want to see the Terror Dome. If they can do the Shell Razor, they can do the Terror Dome.
Yeah. I mean, the way they did the Shell Razor, they took a old 80s van, the Volkswagen vans, and put, like, monster truck wheels on it. I would like to see they took an adaptation of the 2000 Battle Shell and put it in the movie.
Yeah.
Or the Party Wagon. Well, they're not going to put the Party Wagon in because it was real, very cartoony, and it was Archie looking, so...
I'm just still saying though, the Terror Dome would just be awesome because, like just think about it, like they already got buildings getting destroyed anyway. Just imagine just like like somewhat towards the end of the movie, like Shredder raises the Terror Dome and just starts raising hell through New York City.
Or
with that
Krang. Have Krang in it and with Bebop and Rocksteady. Because Bebop and Rocksteady came from Dimension X.
Yep.
No, they didn't come from Dimension X. Shredder created them, right?
He created them with the Mutagen.
And most people don't even know. Bebop is the Rhino, right?
Yeah.
And they don't know that Rocksteady was a black dude.
Yep. Because they was gang members first. They were leaders of their own gangs.
Who knows, man? I don't know. I can rant on this movie. It's still gonna be a great movie. It's a given. But the turtle designs, the noses, the lips, the way the shell is like crazy huge on Leonardo. Like my friend asked me, he was like, "Yo, is that did you draw the shoulder and shell too big?" I'm like, "No, that's just the design of Leonardo. He got these little shoulder pads. Like Leonardo looked more like a samurai than anything else. He like a samurai without a helmet."
Yeah. Exactly. His swords are too long too. Like, I mean, that's like I know it sounds kind of like nitpicky, but his swords are too long to be both one-handed swords. And like you said, that like ninja swords were relatively, they were designed to be shorter than a regular samurai sword, so that they can easily maneuver quicker and they can still do the stealth thing. But since obviously Michael Bay isn't going for stealth in this movie.
See, even if he still made him look samurai looking or Gundam looking, or Ronin looking, take one of the katanas away and make one big ass sword then. I could live with that. Cause he never he fought with both swords. Sometimes he fought with one sword. But I'm just saying, I can live with him. You take both katanas away and just give him one big ass sword. I want to see what the nunchucks gonna look like in Michelangelo hands now. I just can't get over the way Michelangelo look. He looks like Shrek. Donnie, I want to see how he gonna look with his bow staff. It look like he probably gonna be pretty sweet with his bow staff. I want to see how Raph gonna look with his size.
I'm telling you, that's what I said about. I keep saying about the Ninja Turtles. It's like they took for these turtles. They took Brock Lesnar, The Undertaker, and The Big Show, and Kane, and just put them in turtle suits, walking around, telling them be as stealthy as possible. That's what it looked like. That's what it looks like to me. It's like, come on, like you can't have stealthy 7.5-foot turtles looking like Broly.
That's what they took. No, they took Big Show. They took Big Show, Gorilla Monsoon, what's the other dude? Giant Gonzalez, and the Great Khali, and put them in turtle suits.
Yep.
And you can't get. I mean, Big Show is very athletic, but he's not stealthy.
Not at all.
I'm more stealthy than him, and I'm way forward. I can creep up on people. You would never know I'm walking behind you. But that's just me. But I don't know, man. I'm still gonna watch the movie. I'm still gonna support the movie because it's turtles. I keep telling it's turtles. We gonna watch it. I'm probably gonna do another reaction to the movie. The movie probably is gonna be awesome, but the thing about it, we just not gonna get over the design of the turtles. They're creepy looking. They look like aliens. They gonna scare the shit out of little kids. Some kid gonna be scared of them, and they gonna have nightmares. And Splinter, who knows? Like, are we gonna get a Hamato Yoshi looking type Splinter? Are we gonna see Hamato Yoshi turned into Splinter, or are we just gonna get a rat like we got in the first movie? Like, we all know that Hamato Yoshi is Splinter. And some adaptations of the turtle. Some turtles, he's just a rat that was in a cage, and his master was Hamato Yoshi, and he turned into Splinter when he came in contact with the mutagen, and then he raised the turtles. But
then other adaptations, he is Hamato Yoshi. So it's like it just depends.
I don't know, man. And then the 2000 Turtles, they did a dope version of Hamato Yoshi. They made him almost like Bruce Lee, which I thought that was really pretty dope. Like, I don't know, man. It's just that, like, they taking every cartoon we used to love. Like, the girl that was doing, like, my friend Bashima, she was doing my hair last night. Like, I was getting my individuals. And we was talking about, I showed her the trailer, she was like, ew, what the fuck is wrong with his nose? That's the first thing she noticed. Like, what was the fuck was wrong with their nose? What's wrong with their lips? They look human-like. They look weird as shit. And then she was like, it's like, and she reads comic books, too. So it's like, and then she had a problem with April O'Neil. As far as we know, April O'Neil always been a redhead.
Yep. Hey, you need an excuse to throw Megan Fox in something. Shoot, go ahead.
And then what Black Nerd Comedy said, Megan Fox is kind of too big for Ninja Turtles. Everybody know who she is. We never want to see her as April O'Neil.
I'll tell you who should have been April O'Neil. They should have got Emma Stone to be April O'Neil.
As I was about to just say that. Either April, she could have been April O'Neil. We could have had her do April O'Neil, or we could have got Scarlett Johansson to do April O'Neil.
I mean, I'm just saying, if Scarlett, I was going to say Scarlett Stone. If Emma Stone could pull off, Gwen Stacy?
Yeah.
Yeah, Gwen Stacy or whatever, she could definitely do April O'Neil. Or whatever. Scarlett Johansson, I think she'll be too much for that role because everybody already knows her as Black Widow now.
Matter of fact, make her Kara.
Yep, I can see that. They could have
since Oroku Asaki is basically not Oroku Asaki anymore. He's a white guy.
Which I kind of have a problem with that because that defeats the whole purpose of Shredder. But we'll just see what they do with that.
Maybe they make him the adopted kid instead of having Kara. Kara always been an adopted kid. Maybe the guy that's playing Shredder is gonna be adopted. Maybe his dad was a Oroku Asaki. Or and then again, like I said, Turtles Forever showed you that it was different turtles in different dimensions, and there was different Shredders in different dimensions. And in the original comic book, Turtles Prime, if you want to call it, Shredder was real goofy. He was powerful. Well, he was a Shredder, but he was also goofy, like the one in the '80s cartoon. He's real goofy. And then you had the Ultron Shredder, which was a Ultron inside of a Shredder suit. And then you come to find out when you got to the Ninja Tribunal, you had an ancient relic named the Shredder that took over Oroku Asaki's body, and that's when he became the Shredder. And then you had another adaptation inside the Turtles when they got split up into time and shit like that, with the time slipper and shit, which was a dope storyline or whatever. Splinter was a form of the Shredder. Like they had it was like superhero type turtles, which I thought that was pretty cool because they had toys like that. Splinter was the Shredder, and then like this adaptation of the Turtles and fucking Nickelodeon just butchered the Turtles. I just think that's me personally. I still watch it. I haven't watched it since the I watched the episodes that Black Nerd Comedy will suggest that you watch, but I can't get into the new Turtles. First of all, I can't get into their design. They too preteen. They gave Donatello a crazy ass gap, and they have 3 toes. How are you a fucking ninja with 3 toes? Like the ninja, like even if you a ninja, you wear the little shoes and shit, but it make you look like you got the big toe separated from the rest of your toes, and then the turtles with just 2 toes and the back heel and shit. It's like
how we would do things differently.
It's like they took that, they gave them wraps, they wrapped them up. Like, okay, that's cool with the bandages. I can deal with that because they did it in the next mutation. But it's like they took that and made him preteen. They made Donnie super nerdy. They made him super skinny. They gave him a gap. Michelangelo Michelangelo used to be funny. He used to have his little punchlines. He still kicked ass, but now he's annoying.
Mm-hmm.
He's more annoying. Raph is Raph. Leo is Leo. They made Splinter super badass, which I always thought Splinter was badass, but they made him like super crazy Jackie Chan like badass.
They made him like Yoda badass.
Yeah, basically like Yoda badass. And Shredder, he looks weird. Karai looks weird. Tiger Claw looked great. Fishhead looked weird. Fishhead almost looked like Fish the electric eel from Street Sharks cartoon. Tokar. Was it Tokar or Razor? Which one is Razor? Razor is the turtle, right? No, Razor is the wolf. They made Razor look real retarded. He like a skeleton with a wolf head. With sharp fangs. Like we didn't even get an adaptation of Tokar in his joint. Or we might have, but I never seen it. We seen Metalhead. We didn't see Pizza Face yet. We didn't see Ace Duck. We didn't see Leatherhead. I want to see what Leatherhead gonna look like in his adaptation. I don't know. I would like to see them take. I don't know, man. I don't know how this is gonna go, man.
Yeah, this is something you gotta see or whatever. Because hey, we never know. It might work. Like we may not like the designs and everything, but you know the story might work or something. You know.
That's what I'm saying. Like we still gonna watch it. We still gonna like it because it's Michael Bay. And Michael Bay gonna take it and do Michael Bay. Even though he's not directing it, he's producing it. I still say he's directing it. He's probably co-directing it, and he just told him not to say that. He just say he's producing it because you know everybody hate when he takes something to do it. But everybody's saying the first minute and a half of that fucking trailer is Michael Bay written all over it.
Yep.
That's Michael Bay Turtles. Like, come on, man. You don't see nothing about the director. All you see is Paramount movies, Nickelodeon movies, and produced by Michael Bay. Like, the director don't get no type of credit. And we probably gonna have some like super serious soundtrack, like Transformers. I guess they probably gonna get Linkin Park to do a soundtrack for this shit, like they did with Transformers. Which I don't mind Linkin Park, but come on, this is now I'm being like people gonna say now I'm probably being too picky. I'm not being picky, man. It's just a simple fact that we've been waiting for this trailer and it left me empty. It left me empty. It really left me empty. It left you with so many speculations, but the speculation that you be saying now could be right. And the turtles are weird looking, and they kind of creepy looking. We know Splinter is gonna look creepy looking and shit. I'll be surprised if he's the normalest looking one out of all four of them.
For real.
And alright, Megan Fox is Megan Fox. That's a given. Are we gonna get Keno in this movie?
Yeah, I don't know.
I can live without Keno, like you can live without Casey Jones. It's just so many things that it looks weird, man. And it kind of seemed like they made the turtles like I seen some of the screenshots like the turtles are walking around in daylight and like trench coats and glasses and hats and shit. Like when did they start walking around in daylight?
Exactly. They would usually go out at night, and all the times they'll always go out at night or whatever. And then they'll wear the trench coats and everything.
Even in the '80s cartoon, they went out. If they went out in the daytime, they still stayed in the shadows.
Yep. And they put on those stupid masks sometimes too.
guess it's something we're just going to get used to now. It's Michael Bay Turtles and no more Eastman and Laird, unless we read the comic books like I'm doing now. We just not. The movie, we're just going to keep saying the movie's going to be great. I'm pretty sure we're still going to see something we're not going to like in it, but it's still going to be a great movie. Like Transformers, I could pick that shit apart. Each movie. Why the fuck do we have Sentinel Prime in the third movie?
No reason.
Like you said, I think he just needed bodies.
Yep.
Like in the second movie, we had the twins. We had the twins in the third movie. I understand why he brought in Sideswipe, because Sideswipe was the brother of Jazz.
But he never had a big part in the movie. Sideswipe never had a part where he was like, okay, that's Sideswipe. They just mentioned him, and then that was it.
Like, I knew it was Sideswipe because I was a fan of Sideswipe. But it was just a simple fact that nobody else knew it was Sideswipe. Everybody just thought it was just a new-looking car. Like, we recognize Bumblebee now. We recognize Ratchet. Ratchet don't even usually have a big part in the role. He was all through the 80s cartoon and shit. Ironhide is gone, so...
Yeah, but he died in the original series too, so... Like, I was kind of expecting that. Died basically the same way, too.
But it's like, are we going to get Wheeljack? I don't think we're going to get Wheeljack. I heard we got Crosshair. I'm not too big on Crosshair. I don't even know what the fuck Crosshair does.
I want to see Six Shot on the Decepticon side, though. Just to see him transforming those different things and take out the aerial bots again. That was kind of cool.
He's in the movie?
No, I don't think he's in the movie. I wish he would be in the movie. That would be something cool, but... That was like the first Transformer that can transform into, like, more than one different thing. It turned into 6 different things, if you wanted to.
I want to see how Galvatron is going to play out in this movie. It made him they made him too small.
I hear he's supposed to kill Optimus again, but
it's like Optimus keep dying and coming back anyway. Okay, see, we got the for the Autobots here: Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, Ratchet, Hound. We got Hound down on it. I don't even know much about Hound. We got Crosshairs. We got Drift. I know a little bit about Drift. Drift is supposed to be like a samurai type robot. And then we got the Dinobots. We got Grimlock. We got Straff. They changed his name. Now I don't remember that one. Oh, the two-headed Dinobot. Slug. We got Slug, which is the Triceratops. We got Scorn. Who the fuck is Scorn? And we got Slash. The Velociraptor.
The Velociraptor? There was never a Velociraptor in the original.
See, he fucking him already. I don't remember Scorn. He's a Spinosaurus. What the fuck is a Spinosaurus?
Spinosaurus? What? Wow, yeah, they're making their own Dinobots now. Because it was supposed to be,
I always thought Swoop was the pterodactyl, and now they changed his name to a two.
It was supposed to be, here it goes. It was supposed to be, Grimlock, Swoop, Slag, and,
Snarl, right?
It might have been Snarl, unless Snarl was a Predacon. I can't remember.
And then you had a Loch Ness Monster type. They called him Flaps or some shit like that. That was like, and then with the Decepticon list, we got Galvatron. Okay, we know him. Lockdown. I know a little bit about Lockdown. We got Stinger, Decepticon created by humans and transformed into like you said, like he's just creating shit now.
Yeah. I mean, how cool would it be to have Fortress Maximus in one of those?
I doubt if we ever get him.
Nah, they wanted that. That would take. You know how much of a budget it would take to make Fortress Maximus? I just think it would be cool to see him do something.
My thing is, you could have brought. in all of the prom. You could have brought. Let's get a cameo hot rod or Rodimus prom as you call him. Bring him in the mix.
Yeah.
Bring Wheeljack in. We know like we're gonna get Wheeljack. It's like we getting Decepticon like Autobots that we never even heard of or really know much about. Like you said, he just one of bodies.
Like I said, they could do a whole lot. They still got a whole lot to work with. We still haven't seen Tripticon. We still haven't seen Metroplex. You know, there was still, like, we got so many that we can still do. We haven't seen the aerial bots for the Autobots yet, like, but yet they're making up ones that we haven't seen before.
So we still got Ratchet. Okay, we already know Ratchet's gonna be around. I still don't know shit about Crosshair.
Yeah, neither do I.
And they say he was in G1.
I don't remember him. He wasn't big like that in that one.
That's some bullshit. See, okay, now I see what they did. They took the pterodactyl, instead of him being Swoop, they changed his name to Straff, which he was actually a Technobot. He was a Cyberjet deluxe vehicle, target master, and a Technobot Voyager. So he wasn't even an original Dinobot. Like they just, he just fucked up the Dinobots. He just said, "Fuck you. We're gonna put the Dinobots in there. We're gonna put the most recognizable one in there, which is Grimlock, and you gonna deal with it." What's the point in telling us the Dinobots are gonna be in there, and you not going? Oh man.
Put the Dinobots in there. You're gonna put one Dinobot and then just make up some other Dinobots. You might as well take some dinosaurs from Jurassic Park and throw them in there too. Shoot, the way he's going with that.
And then, what we gonna do? Then back to TMNT. Now, if we see Splinter, we know he like we said it many times already in the video. He's gonna look weird. Now we get him, and we get Bebop and Rocksteady somewhere in the pre-rolls or the after-roll credits or whatever you want to fucking call them. We definitely know they're gonna look weird because they're a rhinoceros and a warhog. I can deal with that. Make them look badass though, but don't replace them and give us Tokar and Razor again.
No.
That's it. If he can do this with TMNT, take other adaptations, take Extreme Dinosaurs and do a movie. Turn it into a movie. Take Street Sharks and make it into a movie now. Just don't fuck them up. You turn these turtles, you made them look like aliens. I'm gonna keep going with that. He went with his original idea, say, fuck y'all gonna take this up the ass and you gonna deal with it. Y'all dropped the soap. Y'all stopped fucking with me about the alien thing, and I just took it and threw it right back in y'all fucking faces. I don't know, man. It's and then it's like they making everything too modernized. They trying to hipster everything or whatever you want to fucking call it. And then like with Sonic the Hedgehog, he has bandages all wrapped all around him, and he has a scarf. No, the cartoon looks great. I seen the trailer for the cartoon. Dr. Robotnik, he seemed like he has the same voice, the voice actor that he had in all the cartoons, or Sonic X to be exact. But I can live with them designs. Okay, you can modernize Sonic. Sonic always been changing, because you remember Sonic used to be small and skinny and fat. And he became a little bit taller and skinnier. And now he's hipster Sonic.
Yep. I wonder if they're gonna bring in Jet the Hawk in this one. Might as well. Shoot.
But you would have to go through Sonic Universe.
Yeah.
Because if you're gonna bring in Jet the Hawk, you gotta bring in the other people. And then you got to bring in the chaotic force, which is Knuckles.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you already got Knuckles, but you got to bring in Espion, the chameleon, and the other people and shit. Like,
oh yeah, you talking about what was his name? It was SBO, Charmy, and the little one. Dang, I can't remember.
I was fine with them. Like, they were pretty dope.
I love playing their game in Sonic Heroes. That was fun. Shoot. That Rouge the Bat, Omega. Bring all of them in there. Shoot.
I don't know these turtles, man. These turtles is gonna. We never gonna get used to the human like features, like the action scene. Look like they gonna kick some ass when they start fighting. But we want to see how they gonna look when they fighting. Are they gonna look stiff looking? Because it shows if every adaptation of the turtles, alright, their shells never went past their neck, like the back of their neck or like the back of their head. They were fluent with it. They was ninjas, like we said, they ninja-esque. Like now they're like big, bulky. Now they gonna be able to move like ninjas. That's what I want to see. I want to see if they be able to fight like ninjas. And Leo, he's more of a samurai now. His katanas are too big. You should have just given one big ass sword like in Next Mutation. Cause Leonardo had one big sword in Next Mutation, right?
No, he had straight swords in that one. It was still two swords, but they were like straight swords.
They connected together, right?
Yeah, I believe so. They did.
Oh man, I don't know, and I hope they don't take Donatello bow staff and make it some type of high technical type bow staff where he can shoot rockets and shit out of it. I can see him doing some type of shit like that.
I think it's gonna be something like an electrical staff or somewhere, like he hits you and you get electrocuted. That's what I think is gonna happen with it.
See, if he does that, I can deal with that.
No, I can't.
Of course, you're a Donnie fan. I'm a Donnie fan too, but I'm just saying, I can live with that because that would be something that Donatello would do something. Because he has a wooden staff, but that wooden staff is dope. And Splinter has a walking stick that he whoops ass with.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. If they turn his stick into a shot stick, they like, okay, Donatello's already considered the weakest out of all the turtles as it is. Whatever, you just make him even weaker by adding that fact that he needs to add shock assistance to his weapons power. To me.
That is true. Now that I think about it, now that you put it in that perspective, that is very true. Like, he is considered the weakest. To be honest, I always thought Leo was the weakest. Even though he's the leader, but he goes off his emotion too much.
Yeah, he gets too emotional, but boy, when he fight, he's like the most skilled fighter out of them all. Yeah. Like when it comes to heat.
That's what makes him a Raph butt head so much, because actually they say Raph is supposedly the oldest of the turtles.
But Raph is too hot headed. He can't make leader decisions. That's what Raph's problem is.
But he will fuck you up.
Yeah, he will.
Even though Michelangelo joking kid around and shit, he will fuck you up too.
Yeah, like I am gonna lie though, like that, like in the last movie they came out with, or whatever, the CGI one. Like the best part of the movie was when him and Leo were fighting in the rain.
That's what it basically was. Like the movie is basically a Leo versus Raph movie. It was a Leo versus Raph movie. That's what it was.
And then like my little brother, he's a Raphael fan, so he's talking about some. He was getting all happy, like, oh, yeah, you saw that. Raphael finally beat Leonardo. I'm like, no, Leonardo could have beat Raphael, but he didn't want to. Like, it was like he wasn't out to hurt Raphael. He was trying to stop him, but he didn't want to hurt him at the same time. Raphael, on the other hand, he was going by, I'm going to beat Leo. And that's what he was like.
Yeah, it was a sibling rivalry. That's what it was. I don't know, man. I want to see how Raph and Michelangelo get along in this movie, because they was always Mikey used to always get on Raph nerves, and Raph would treat him like a little brother and just slap the shit out of him, like Mikey, cut that shit out and shit like that. I would like to see that. I want to see how they going to enter. I want to see how all of them going to interact with each other. But it just seemed like Leo is going to have some type of Bumblebee issue. Like, he's not going to talk very much. He's going to be very serious. Which Leo was always serious, but it like he's going to be super, super serious in this one. Like, Nick Fury type series. I don't know, man. There's so many things going to be... So many things it's going to be weird to see, man. And like when I was drawing it, the drawing, and I drew 2 versions of Leo. I might do the other version of Leo some other time. And I'm like, I can't even color this turtle because the color, the green color that they are is weird looking. It's like yellow mixed with green. Yeah. And then it's like they made them, instead of having them just like the skin color and shit, they got scales now. They almost look like Reptile from Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Not the movie, but the game. And I don't know, man. I mean, turtles have scales. Really have scales, but I don't know, man. It's like they made them more. They don't look like turtles. Turtles, they look like tortoises. Yeah. Tortoises has big ass shells. Or like sea turtles. Well, no, not even sea turtles, but tortoises got them huge fucking shells. But the shell just looks weird to me, man. Yep. It's like Leo can't even. He jumps. It's like when he did a little flip to the water tower, it's like he was stiff and moving.
Like I said, shoot. Breaking concrete, that jump must be heavy too. Shoot. The way he landed on that daggone building. Shoot.
I don't know, man.
It's crazy, shoot.
I can't get with it, man. I'm still gonna see it. I probably won't go to the movies to see it. I'll probably wait till it come out on DVD or Netflix. I don't think I go buy a ticket and go see that in the movie theater because I wouldn't be able to enjoy it because, of course, the parents and shit gonna go take their kids to watch it, and then you got TMNT purists that follow from Eastman and Laird to now. They gonna have some problems with it. Everybody gonna have some problem with it. There's core TMNT fans, and then going to the movies to watch it with them type of people. It was bad enough I went to go see Transformers, the first 2 movies in theaters, and people was reacting to it. I'd rather sit home in my room or in the basement, pop that shit in, or turn it on and watch it, and then do a reaction video after that. Or do what we doing now. I do a little sketch. We talk about it. I don't know, man. I think I'm wearing myself out too much. It's still gonna be a great movie. It's just that we can't get past how creepy they fucking look. They look like aliens. They look like turtles from the Turtle Planet that was in the 80s cartoon. You remember that episode when they went to the Turtle Planet?
Oh, yeah.
It's like they took that. He took that and made the design of the turtles like this. Like you said, they took Next Mutation Turtles and made them. See, the Next Mutation Turtles were already like muscular looking. Yeah. He took them and beefed them up. They Incredible Hulk them. Yep. Like in the movie, the first Incredible Hulk movie that we first seen when they had Hulk dogs and shit. Like the dogs would came in contact with not the mutagen, the gamma radiation. Fucking Michael Bay, man. And I'm looking at Mark Turtle right now. He's sitting on top of the rock, stretched out like he doing yoga. This motherfucker. Look at this shit. You see them?
Yep, I see him. Shoot.
Motherfucker just chilling. I don't know, man. Now I want to see that movie, and I want to see Transformers 4 now. I want to see how Transformers 4 is going to play out. I believe he's going to get a Beast Wars movie sometime soon because he's running out of ideas. He's bringing in Galvatron. That means he's not going to bring in Unicron.
Yep. And he said he wasn't going to bring in Galvatron at first, too, because he said he thought it would confuse the little kids. They have Megatron go from Megatron to Galvatron.
I don't know how this is going to confuse kids because why are you worrying about... See, that's the thing about it. He can't confuse the kids because the kids are already confused with the cartoons. You had Transformers Rescue Bots. That confused the shit out of a kid. Then you had that awesome juggernaut that was Transformers Prime.
Yep.
And it had Unicron in it. Like, even though he took over Megatron's body at the end of it, but it was still Unicron.
Yep.
Now you bring in Galvatron, which is very similar to Megatron, and then they still could have brought in Unicron in this movie. To be honest, like I really thought they brought him in the third. I thought that was the whole premise of the third movie. They was gonna bring in Unicron or someone mention Unicron. Like,
yeah, then they just dropped the ball and went with Sentinel Prime.
Because Unicron is basically the Galactus of the Transformers universe. And then Cybertron is actually a Transformer, to be honest.
Yep, in a way, yeah.
I just believe we're going to get a Beast Wars movies because if they got Grimlock and some type of National Jurassic Park type of thing, and that's when Optimus Prime finds him, and I guess the Swords of Prime, we're going to get a Beast Wars movie soon. Or it's going to be a Dinobot movie. I don't know what it is. It's going to be something Michael Bay produced or direct, and it's going to have mad explosions and hot chicks and weird shit happening. So I want to know if they're going to bring back the agent, the dude from that was in all three of the movies. They going to bring him back?
I know you're talking about. He was the comic relief. Shoot, probably not. It's gonna be based around Mark Wahlberg now. So
that's another thing about if you're gonna do a series like that, you're just gonna switch the main actor that we've been used to the first three movies, and then you're gonna bring in Mark Wahlberg. Not saying that Mark Wahlberg won't bring an excellent role to the Transformers. I don't know, man. It's like with X-Men. X-Men is gonna be weird for me. Days of Future Past. Like Bishop doesn't look like Bishop, any type of Bishop that we used to. He's too bony. I want to see if we're gonna get Cable.
Probably.
I heard we're gonna get Warpath in the movie. And I'm pretty sure Warpath is gonna be super skinny or some type of. They're gonna get the smallest Native American they could find.
I think it's funny too because they got Halle Berry to be Storm again after she said she wasn't gonna do no more X-Men movies.
I think she was a terrible Storm.
You think so?
I think Angela Bassett would have been better.
Yeah, but Halle Berry's the eye candy though.
Yeah.
Or was back in 97. She was the hottest thing.
She's still sexy as shit, but she can't keep it man because she nuts.
Yeah.
Rogue, they need a whole different Rogue. I don't like the girl that played Rogue.
You talking about True Blood girl?
Yeah. The girl that played Mystique is awesome.
Yeah. Well, they got a new girl plays Mystique. They got what's her name from the Hunger Games?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like she played that role great. The dude that played the younger Professor X, I can deal with him.
Yeah, he's cool.
The guy that played Magneto, I can deal with him.
I'm actually kind of looking forward to seeing the new the younger Professor X, like when he just lost his ability to walk, because like a lot of people don't know that Professor X, when he was younger, was always like an asshole though. Like everybody, like Magneto was supposed to be the asshole. Like Magneto was usually the calm, cool, collected one, but and Professor X, he was always the asshole towards people the whole time. So I can't wait to see that in the Days of Future Past story.
I wonder if they're gonna give Wolverine the wooden spikes or they're gonna give him the metal spikes in this one. Cause you know they're gonna do Days of Future Past. I'm pretty sure they're gonna go back to before he had the metal shit.
No, but he had the claws in the. I saw one of the trailers. I saw he had his claws, like the adamantium again.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like to me, that was
The thing about him though is that how did Magneto kill his ass shit?
Yeah, Magneto kill his woo.
How did Magneto kill Wolverine yet? Like,
in all the stories, what they did was he ripped his skeleton out of his flesh and then took the adamantium off of him.
And then we got the Sentinels in this one, and it's supposed to be in this movie.
Yeah.
And then like the next installment of X-Men, we supposed to get the Rise of Apocalypse.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how that's gonna play out. It seems like we're gonna get a Spider-Man movie every year now.
Yeah.
We still don't get to see him in the Avengers yet.
What kills me though, I saw the trailer for that too. They have Rhino, but Rhino has guns, like machine gun mounts on his arms.
Ain't Rhino like this big metal bot in the fucking movie?
Yeah.
Oh, that's retarded.
I thought they was gonna go the same way they did the Lizard or whatever, and have it like genetically engineered, and he transforms into like that,
or like Juggernaut,
like half Rhino.
Like they did Juggernaut in the X-Men movie.
Yeah, that's true.
Because basically that's what Rhino was the Rhino version of Juggernaut.
Yeah.
Are they going to bring Kingpin back?
Nah, not in Spider-Man storyline. They tried to get him to do the Daredevil story, but shoot, they just, like, you know, Daredevil never got picked up for a sequel because it did so bad in the box office.
That shit was horrible.
But that's when I noticed that. Remember, at first, a lot of the '90s Marvel movies, they didn't do that well at first. Like X-Men kind of started off for making good for making good Marvel movies. That's when they actually started getting big budgets for them. Yeah.
I just remember every DC movie they put out was horrible. Like, still, the one with Shaquille O'Neal in it. That shit was horrible, but I still watched it.
Yeah.
Shazam was horrible.
Shazam, oh my god, that was horrible with the, when he got on stage and just started rapping?
And it was the white kid from, where was he from? He was from, House Guest with Sinbad, right? I think that was the dude from, he was the kid, no, what movie was he from?
I don't remember.
He was from some movie there where he used to kept getting beat up. Oh man, I can't remember the fucking movie right now. It wasn't Last Action Hero. I know it wasn't that. Last Action Hero was actually great. I would like to see them remake that.
As a matter of fact, you know they picked up Arnold Schwarzenegger to be in the new Terminator movie.
Yeah, I heard about that. I heard they supposed to put Predator in the Call of Duty game.
Yeah, like he's supposed to be able to play as him. That would actually be kind of cool. I would like to see that.
I've been waiting for that. Like, they got like a Call of Duty Ghost or some type of extension shit when they go hunt aliens and shit. Why not put him in it?
It is cool. Shoot.
Yo,
I wonder if you get to be the Predator in that one.
Yo, we've been ranting for an hour and 40 minutes, man.
Oh, man.
This fucking video gonna be long as shit. It's probably gonna take me all night to render it and save it. And it's probably gonna, I don't know how long it's gonna take me to get it on YouTube. I used to just post it on there, just let it sit there. I'm not sure if I'm gonna put it on both channels or just one channel. But this video about to end. That's our rant, and that's how we feel about the Turtles. Tell us how you feel about the Turtles in the description below. And yeah, stay tuned for the next video. It probably be Sonic Boom. We probably won't record that one tonight. Probably record it tonight. But this video was already long enough. It's almost a 2-hour long video. So, get out of here, YouTube.
Peace.